friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to another video and welcome back to another weekly vlog. I just wanted to come on here and start this vlog, give you a few reading updates, and then I will check in with you guys when I get home from work. I meant to start this vlog earlier in the morning, but I was running so behind today. I am supposed to be at work at 8 o'clock and I left my house at 8 o'clock. So it's been a whirlwind of a morning, but I did want to give you some reading updates on some of the books that I'm currently in the middle of, and then see how this week goes. This is the last full week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, before Steamy LitCon. So I need to get some of those books knocked off my TBR because I want to get as many of them read before I head out over there. I technically still have the entirety of next week because Steamy Lit falls on a Friday and a Saturday, but my goal is to read as many as I can this week. So I am currently in the middle of my only physical read at the moment, and that is Pucking Around by Emily Rath, the gigantic beast that this book is. I am 300 pages into this 700-page behemoth, and I'm enjoying it. It is a Why Choose hockey romance, and I'm really curious to see what the author is going to do with the last 500 pages of this book and how these characters are going to come together. If you guys did not watch my previous vlog, I will link it in the cards above. I think it's over there. I get it wrong every time. I'll link it in the cards above if you want to go check that out. Where I first started reading and it gives my initial thoughts on the book. I do think it's too long already, 300 pages in, knowing it's already too long, but I'm still curious to see where it's going to go and how the character development will continue to progress and how well these characters are going to fit as a group, as a knit of 4 individuals. So I will continue to read that. I'm also currently reading The Ambrosia Throne. I literally just picked it up on my Kindle as I was sitting here on my lunch. I'm only on chapter 3, 40 pages in. I do have the audiobook, so I'm listening to it and reading along physically. I also have the physical book at home, but I didn't bring it with me because I started a different book this morning only to realize it was the wrong book. So awkward. But The Ambrosia Throne is a fantasy romance dealing with Greek mythology. We have been introduced already to Poseidon and Hades, and then Lilith. Poseidon and Hades created Lilith and sent her into a world with no memories of being created, and I'm assuming that she's going to serve a purpose, and it's to bring down Zeus, which is the third brother, and they want to kill him off because he has been ruling cruelly, but I don't think anyone else really knows that. In the world that Lilith was sent into, it seems like the gods are like myth and lore and legend, and no one really believes them to be real people. And then we just got a flashback scene of the boys and their mother and how they were brought into this world and the cruelty of their father, I believe. So I'm really curious to see how the book is going to continue. I have no idea really what this is about. I didn't read the synopsis. I just picked it up because this author is going to be at Steamy LitCon. So I will keep you updated on my thoughts on this book. I will try to read more of it either during my working hours. If I don't have too much to do, I'll just listen to the audiobook, or I will listen to more of it on my commutes to and from home this week, and maybe a little bit at home depending on how much of Pucking Around I can read. That one is taking all of my time and attention because it is a physical read, so it's much harder for me to get through. But those are my current updates. I also meant to start Only When It's Us, I think that's the title name, by Chloe Leese, the first book in the Bergman Brothers series. And for some reason, I thought that I had that audiobook through Libro FM, so I downloaded it today, and I realized that I was reading the first book in the Bergman Sisters series. So I was very confused. I was very much not understanding what was going on. So yeah, I definitely need to figure out an audiobook situation for that book so that I can read it, and then I can get back to that one at some point this week. So those are my updates. I will keep you guys in the loop depending on what I'm able to get done and how much I'm able to read, but we're officially done unpacking, so I can really focus on reading during my evenings, but I have some things to do when I get home tonight, so we'll see how much I get read. Anyways, a long intro just to say that I'm reading only 2 books, and I will talk to you guys soon.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh. for sleep. Hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through and through.
Good morning, friends. I hope that you're doing well. I just wanted to come on here and give you my updates on reading before I head off to work. I apologize if you hear the trash guy. This is the only time I have to update. So I did read more of the Ambrosia Throne yesterday while I was on my commute to and from work, and I am currently on page 86. I am intrigued, but I don't really know where this is going. This doesn't really read like a romance, or fantasy romance I should say. It just reads more like a fantasy with a relationship at the forefront, but at the very beginning of the book. So you don't have any like character development or watching these characters fall in love. I don't know if the male main character is going to be the love interest by the end of this book, but I'm very curious to see where it's going. This does follow two timelines. The then timeline where you follow Zeus as he grows up as the bullied child, the unwanted child, after his mother died giving birth to him, and his dad wants nothing to do with him because he loved his wife so much and he feels like Zeus is a murderer for killing his wife. And then the now timeline where Zeus has, I think, taken over this land and caused a sickness, and his two brothers, Hades and Poseidon, are trying to take him down. But Zeus, I believe in the past timeline, is looking for something called Ambrosia to do something. I don't really know, to be honest with you. And Lilith is kind of caught up in the middle as a pawn for Hades and Poseidon, but I don't know in which context, and I don't know exactly what role she plays. And then you have the male main character, Finian. He has nightmares, and he has already been introduced to Zeus in his dreams, but he feels like the closer and closer that he gets to Lilith, the more intense and more real his dreams become, and he cannot quite separate what's reality and what's fiction. So I'm really curious to see where this is going. I'm not loving it by any means, but I'm not hating it either. I just think I need some more development between the characters to figure out exactly what's going on. So that is the Ambrosia Throne. I'm going to take this with me maybe and read physically alongside the audiobook today while I'm on my lunch. And then I also read a few more pages of Pucking Around by Emily Rath. I didn't quite make it to the 400 page mark, but I'm around 380, and we had our first MMF scene where the two males actually, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Experimented, Lord, with each other. And I'm really enjoying the exploration of sexuality in this book in a way that I feel is not as talked about. I feel like a lot of the times that I read books that explore sexuality, a lot of it is very hesitant and very delving into the unknown, whereas this one is more based off of trust and understanding of who these two characters are. They are best friends, they know a lot about each other, and they're willing to do whatever it takes for the other person to be happy. And so I'm really curious to see how their relationship is going to flourish moving forward, because I don't know if it's just going to be when the three of them are together, or if they will go off into their own thing. I'm really curious to see how this exploration of sexuality will work between the two of them. Caleb has always known that he is bisexual, but Jake is really experiencing this for the first time, and you could tell, you know, that he wants it, but he doesn't really know how to go about taking action on those things. So it's really interesting. I'm really intrigued by this. I am liking it a lot, and I think that the fourth and final person in this relationship is finally going to be introduced in a more sexual relationship. So I'm really curious to see what Emily's going to do with that. So those are my current updates. I'm gonna go make myself some coffee, finish getting ready, head off to work, and I will give you guys updates either on my lunch or when I get home from work. So hello friends, it's been a productive evening. I got some things done that I've been meaning to get done for a while. First and foremost being, I finally posted all my books on my Pango Shop, so thankfully that is all done. I've been trying to get that done for weeks and weeks and weeks now, so I can finally post my unhaul video, so that'll go up tomorrow. I will leave that in the cards above if you guys want to go check that out. I also filmed a video. I filmed my fall TBR. It will not be going up just yet, but I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of schedule with filming when I have the time, when it's quiet and I can get things done, because it's just so chaotic that it's really hard to find time to film when there's no sound around, and even then there's still sounds going on in the background. It's just not as loud. So I was able to do that. I filled up a book cart with my fall TBR, so hopefully when I'm doing my TBR tarots, I can remember to pull from that stack. And yeah, I'm just feeling really productive. I'm going to sit down right now and get some editing done of that video so that I don't have to worry about it. I think actually all of the videos that I've currently filmed are edited and ready to go up. I just need to put in the work and put them up, so that's exciting. But I do have some reading updates for you. I have read a little bit more of The Ambrosia Throne by Tati B. Alvarez, and I'm on page 200, so I'm a good chunk of the way through this. I still don't know if I love it. I don't know exactly still where it's going, and I think that's just because this is I'm so cricket. I'm like this. This is part of a series, the first book in a series, and I think this is just a lot of setup for what's going to come. I still don't think this is a romance. I don't think I would call it a romance, but things could change. It's just not very romantic at the time, which is unfortunate because I thought that's what I was getting when I picked this book up, but I'm not disliking it. I think my expectations were not correct, and I now need to readjust them. So that's my current updates. I'm going to sit down and edit this video, and then I'm going to read more of Pucking Around and hopefully get a good chunk of that done tonight as well. So I will give you guys an update either later on tonight when I finally I'm done reading and I can update you, or tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Another day, another work day, and I'm tired. It's, it just feels like one of those days. So I wanted to quickly give you an update on my reading before I head into work. I did read some more of The Ambrosia Throne this morning, only 23 pages. I'm not that much further in. My thoughts have not changed. I just wanted to give you an update. However, I did get much further into Pucking Around by Emily Rath. I am close to the 500 page mark. I have 277 pages left, and things have heated up, to say the least. The fourth and final person in their group has finally been introduced as a group, and it's something. It's hot, it's sexy, it's wow. I really love the goalie, Ilmari, I believe his name is. I'm sorry if I got that pronunciation wrong. There's no audiobook, and it's a Finnish name, so I could have gotten it wrong, but he's so stoic and he's so closed off and he has so many walls built up, but Rachel just knows how to break them down. Honestly, she knows how to break down the walls of all three men in different ways. She really reads them really well, and she has this intense chemistry with every single one of them that's so well written and so well displayed on the page that it just makes it so easy to read. Even though this book is big and I'm getting through it very, very slowly, I'm still enjoying my time with it. The exploration of sexuality has continued to be explored over the last 100 pages, and Jake and Caleb are definitely exploring how far they want their relationship to go, and Jake is becoming more open to the possibility that he has loved Caleb his entire life and just didn't know how to express it, and had done a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Like toxic behavior to prove that he had no feelings for his best friend. So definitely a lot of things being discovered between the two of them, but also as the four of them kind of build up their relationship together, there's a lot of things that are finally starting to come into focus, and I'm really, really enjoying. So I am going to continue to read that one tonight. Hopefully I can get to the 600 page mark with only 150 pages left. That is my goal. Will I get it done? I don't know, but I'm going to try my best, and I will give you guys an update when I get home. It has been pretty much updates, no b-roll, and updates, so I apologize about that. It's just been such a busy couple of days, but I also logged all my books on Goodreads that I have what's the word I'm looking for? That I have on my shelves. Since I have a very limited TBR right now, I wanted to be able to see all of them on a Goodreads shelf instead of my entire own TBR Goodreads shelf. So I did that last night. I filmed and edited a video last night, so it was productive and I got a lot of reading done, but I need to get some more reading done to finish up this book so I can move on to other things because it's taking up so much time.
No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. In the all the bad and the hurt.
Coffee number 2. Acquired. Mama is tired.
I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good.
Hello friends, I just wanted to come on here and give you an update. Orion is going to join us today, but I do have some reading updates for you, so I figured I would give you them now while I have the moment. I was able to finish up the Ambrosia Throne today. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. My expectations for this were set incorrectly, I think. I went in thinking this was going to be a fantasy romance. It definitely wasn't that. It was a fantasy, a Greek retelling, and I think that the actual aspect, wow, the lighting just changed a bunch, okay. I think that the retelling aspect of this was very interesting and intriguing and well done. I just don't know if I necessarily loved the pacing of this book. Yes, tell them more. The pacing was very interesting. This could have been 2 books, the entire series. I'm sorry, these 2 books, then the series could have been 1 book, and the plot would have made a lot more sense, and the pacing would have felt different and better and more suited to the story. So a bit of a bummer on that front, but it wasn't terrible. I definitely wish I would have liked it more, especially because I'm gonna go get it. I wanted to get it signed at Steamy LitCon, but not loving it. Giving it a 3-star, probably not the best idea. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, so I apologize. But I also started The Rebel King today by Miss Kennedy Ryan, the 2nd book in the Kingmaker series. I'm on page 81. It definitely kicked off with some tension, and it was very, very, very stressful for me, but I really enjoyed it. I think I cried 3 times, so yay me. But I will go in, I can't really go into the synopsis of that one since it's the 2nd book in a series and directly follows the events of book 1. But that one follows Maxim and Lennox, who have a very interesting past. They met when they were 17 at a protest. She was under the impression that he was there to be a part of the protest, but what she actually found out is that his dad is the main person that ended up tearing up the reservation where her mother and her ancestors celebrated their background and their culture. And it's definitely an interesting, tumultuous relationship between them moving forward, but they have such an intense connection that they weren't able to move forward without addressing their chemistry. It was a very good first book. I really enjoyed it, and the 2nd book definitely left off on a cliffhanger, so I'm excited to be getting back to that series and hopefully finishing it up soon with Queen Move. But I do have an Owlcrate unboxing that I will do in a little bit. I just wanted to give you my reading updates, and I'm gonna hang out with my baby, hopefully get him to bed soon since he's a tired boy, and I will give you guys an update a little bit later. This is quite the angle, but this is what we're working with today. So good morning, friends. I hope you're doing well. I can't do it. Okay. I hope you're doing well. I didn't have any more reading updates for you yesterday. I got a video filmed, edited, hung out with my family, and just really chilled for the rest of the day. I watched some YouTube videos. I was just not in the mood to physically read pucking around, which has been the case for the last 2 days. But you know, when it comes to reading, I've learned that I just need to give myself grace, or else I will literally DNF a book just because I'm not in the mood to read physically. So I will pick that back up when I'm ready, which is hopefully tonight. When I have a little bit more time. It's really hard for me to stay awake and alert enough to read a physical book when it's so late in the night, because my son goes to bed at around 7. By the time I get like myself together, had some time for myself to sit down and read, it's like 9 o'clock, and my brain is like, it's done, it's fried. So the last 2 days I just have not had the energy to physically read. So I will pick that back up hopefully tonight and get a good chunk of the way through that. My goal is to only have like 100 to 150 pages left of that one by the end of tonight, and then sometime during this weekend to finish it up. But I do have a reading update on The Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. I'm currently on page 112, and I'm loving this. I'm loving this. We have an overly protective hero. He is very dominant in their relationship inside the bedroom and out, but so is Lennox. Lennox is not the type of woman that will take shit from anybody. She's very independent. She knows what she wants, and she's not willing to compromise on that. But she also knows that being in a relationship with someone as independent and dominant as she is, compromises have to be made. So it's very interesting watching their dynamic play out, and I'm loving it so much. Kennedy Ryan is just a master at what she does. She's masterful, she's wonderful, she's amazing, incredible, all of the things, and I just cannot wait to continue to read this one. Hopefully I can finish this one up this weekend as well and get another full-length novel done. I really feel like the last few weeks I've been so stuck on pucking around because I'm reading it physically that I haven't really been able to reach my full potential when it comes to reading. So my goal is to pick up an ebook of something that I also have an audiobook for while I'm at work today, and try to read a little bit of that. When I have downtime, I can also read along with the ebook, but if not, I'm just going to listen to an audiobook today and get some reading done because I'm feeling a little behind on my TBR, and I wanted to read a few extra books that weren't on my TBR that are authors that are going to be at Steamy LitCon, and at this point, I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that, which is going to be sad, but that's okay. If I can't get it done, I'll still take the books to go get signed, because I have a few that I bought that I don't know if I'm going to be able to read, but I will take them to get signed just because I want to. So that is my current update. I'm just a little tired. I had an incident. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the incident. I was driving on my lunch 2 days ago, and a very massive rock came and just hit my windshield. So that was really fun. So I've been dealing with that the last few days. I'm still working things out with our landlord from the previous house for security deposits and all of that fun stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background that is just wearing me out. So it's Friday though. Thank the Lord. I only work 7 hours today instead of 8. So it's always something to look forward to, a shorter day, and hopefully it'll go by fast. But at work, Fridays are usually slow days, so I will have to entertain myself, and that's okay too. So now I'm just babbling about nothing and nothing important at all. I will talk to you tonight when I am done driving around and doing all the things, and give you an update on my reading. I have an exciting video going up tomorrow, which I'm very, very pumped for. Ooh, I will leave it in the cards above if you guys want to go check that out, but really excited about that. So I'm done talking now. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, friends, it's time for reading updates and unboxings. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have been reading The Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. I'm currently on page 164, and the last chapter that I just ended on truly broke my heart. Like, I had this pit in my stomach reading some of these scenes, knowing something bad was going to happen, and sure enough, exactly what I thought was going to happen happened, and I just feel like sick to my stomach about it. It's gonna take so much for these characters to recover from this, but it also, as disturbing as this sounds, opens up opportunities for these characters to forward their relationship, but that's not the way I wanted it to happen, and I'm just devastated by it. So okay. And then today while I was at work, I picked up Black Sunshine by Karina Halley. I am currently 152 pages into this one and really enjoying this one. This is a vampire novel set in contemporary San Francisco, following a woman named Lenore, who, when she was 2 years old, was kidnapped by witches, being raised thinking that she was a normal human. On the eve of her 21st birthday, she ends up going through the change and starts becoming a vampire. Before the change starts, though, she is kidnapped by her stalker and is forced to go through the change with him. He is also a vampire, years old, very, very strong. But she is quite an anomaly in their world when it comes to vampires and witches. And she is very wanted and very coveted, and she doesn't know who she can trust and exactly where she is safe. So I'm very intrigued to see where this book is going to continue. Sorry, my baby monitor is going off. I'm very, very intrigued by this one. I was having such a great time listening to it, but I got a little burnt out on reading while I was at work, so I didn't continue as much as I would have wanted to, but I got a good chunk of the way through this one, so I'm really happy about that. I made it about 33% of the way through this one, so I'll take it. And then I have 2 boxes to open up. First is my Owlcrate Junior box. I am an Owlcrate rep. They do send me these to me free for review. So thank you so much to Owlcrate Junior for sending this over to me. If you are interested, there is a 15% discount code in my description box as always. So the first thing I see in here is the spoiler card. The theme for this month is Whodunit. It's focusing on this back here. Let me move you. As cute as you are, you're in the way. Alright. First thing on top here, I see a red herring bookmark. I love a good bookmark. If I can get it out. Ah, that's so cool. Look for what's there, not what you want to be there. That's a really cool bookmark. It's kind of transparent, but it also has like this little magnifying glass thingy. Very, very cute. We have the pin that matches the book for each month. They are really in there this month. The book this month is No One Leaves the Castle by Jane Mount. It's a very cute pin. Then we have this little notebook. It says private. It's a little keep out top secret journal. Looks like we also have an additional book in here. This is Chris Garmstein's Super Puzzle-tastic Mysteries. So it looks like it's a bunch of chapters filled with different mysteries, short stories for young sleuths from American Writers of America. So that's what it looks like. Definitely very cute. Not something that I'll keep, but maybe my siblings will want that. And then there is a tote bag in here. It looks like it has some like quotes, mystery quotes on there on the spines of books. This is actually very, very cute, and I always love a good tote bag. And then lastly, we have the book and the spoiler card for next month, which the theme for next month is Secrets and Reflections. And like I said, the book is No One Leaves the Castle by Christopher Haley. Oh, I think I got the author wrong, but the author is Christopher Haley. There is a signed book plate in the back here. A recipe. The recipe for this month is the pot thickened veggie soup. And I'm not going to open this up and read it. I like to keep them in the plastic until I decide whether or not I'm going to keep the book. I'll look it up on Goodreads, though, and see if I want to keep it. But thank you so much to Owlcrate for sending that my way. Let's quickly go over the spoiler card very quick. The Scooby-Doo inspired mystery tote bag, very cute. Enola Holmes inspired red herring bookmark. Harriet the Spy inspired case notes kit. And let's see, the pin inspired by the book. And then the mystery book that came in the box. All right, let's open the Owlcrate box. I have already been spoiled for everything inside because my Owlcrate box came kind of late this month. So let's bust this baby open. The theme for July is You Win or You Die. Very spooky. Then we have a game. It's called Guess the Character card game. On the back it says each player gets one set of character cards, teal or purple. Place your character cards face up in a 4x5 layout. Shuffle the orange mystery cards, and each player takes one without revealing which card they are. This is the character your opponent is trying to guess. Put the rest of the orange cards aside. Take turns asking a question to work out which character your opponent has. Keep it fun by asking subjective questions and avoid physical description questions. For example, does your character like to read a lot? So it's like a character guessing game. It sounds very, very cute. We also have some modern-inspired vintage-style teacups, so I'm excited for these. Does it say what it's inspired by? I don't see anything, but I'll check the spoiler card in a bit. But that is what they look like. They're very, very gorgeous. Very pretty. My only thing is because they don't have handles, I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. That's what this one looks like. If it'll focus, come on, you can do it. There it goes. Very pretty. Then we have a Hunger Games inspired towel. Fire is Catching, and it has Katniss Everdeen on the front. I'm not going to open that up, but it is very cool. We also have a pouch. I'm assuming this is for the game that they gave you, but if not, I'm sure you could use it also for tarot cards. And then finally, the book. The book this month is Jasad Air by Sarah Hassem. From the Ashes, a Queen Rises. The back says, get ready for an unmissable tale of shattered kingdoms, forbidden magic, and cunning royals in Shahar Hassem's Egyptian-inspired epic fantasy debut. At 10 years old, the heir of Jasad fled a massacre that consumed her entire family. At 15, she buried her first body. And at 20, her carefully crafted lies are starting to crumble. Ooh, this sounds really good. The inside is very gorgeous. The sprayed edges are stunning, and that is what it looks like underneath the dust jacket. Again, very, very pretty. Nothing on the back. It says, 10 years ago, the kingdom of Jasad burned. Its magic was outlawed. Its royal family murdered down to the last child. At least that's what Sylvia wants people to believe. The lost heir of Jasad. Sylvia never wants to be found. She can't think about how Nizla's armies destroyed her kingdom and continued to hunt its people. Not if she wants to stay alive. But when Arlen, the Nizal heir, tracks a group of Jasadi rebels to her village, staying one step ahead of death gets trickier. In a moment of anger, Sylvia reveals her magic and captures Aaron's attention. Now, to save her life, she has to make a deal with the greatest enemy. If she helps him lure the rebels, Sylvia will escape persecution. A deadly game begins. Sylvia can't let Aaron discover the identity, even as hatred shifts into something more. But her secret isn't as hidden as she thinks. Soon Sylvia will have to choose between the life she wants and the one she's left behind. The Scorched Kingdom is rising, and it needs a queen. That sounds very good. Very, very good. Definitely something that's right up my alley, so hopefully I will enjoy that one. Let's go over the spoiler card very quickly. Like I said, the towel is inspired by The Hunger Games. The teacups are inspired by a magic steeped in poison. The embroidered pouch is inspired by The Final Strife. And then the card game is not inspired by anything in particular. So, alrighty, that's it. I'm gonna put all this stuff away, and I will give you an update once I get back into packing around, which my plan is to read some more of that tonight. So, wish me luck. Okay, I decided to stream because I need motivation. So, stream starting in 3 minutes. Hopefully I can get some reading done. Wish me luck. Hi friends, don't mind the noise. It's quite loud in here. But I just want to give you an update on my reading while I get some folding done. If we don't keep up on these clothes, my lord, it's just going to be a hot mess. The space is too small to be having all of this mess around. So I'm going to try to clean up a little bit this morning. I usually reserve these things for Sunday, but I have a live show on Sunday, and I just want to get it done today. So I'm going to do that, but I wanted to give you an update on my reading while I do so. I was able to read quite a bit of Pucking Around last night. Emily Rath, and I'm really enjoying it. We finally got to the big conflict. That being said, the conflict is happening, and we still have 150-ish pages to go. So that's a long amount of time to be dealing with the conflict. I'm hoping that there's a good portion of like makeup in between, because I don't know if I can deal with a third act breakup conflict, whatever you want to call it, for that damn long. But we'll see. Yeah, I got to page 622 last night. Or 23, so I'm a good portion of the way. I read over 100 pages yesterday. Those sprints were very, very helpful, so I'm really happy about that. And then my goal today is to try to get some more of my other 2 books that I'm currently in the middle of read as well, so that I can continue to move on with my TBR. I'm feeling very behind at the moment, so not too many updates really. I just wanted to give you my update about Pucking Around. So close to the end, I can feel it, I can taste it. It's gonna happen. Now I just have to follow through and read the last 157 pages today. Pray for me. But I feel like once I get to like the last 50 page mark, like it's gonna be a breeze, because I'm just gonna want to continue to read all the way up until the end. So that is my goal for the day. I will keep you guys updated once I sit down and actually get some reading done. I have a massive headache today, so I'm not feeling my best, but I'm drinking my coffee. It's a little late for coffee. I think it's like 10:30, 10:45, and I'm just having my first cup of coffee. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning with Orion. So, coffee is needed, commencing as we speak, and hopefully I will feel a little bit better, and then I can get into some physical reading. But I will, like I said, keep you guys updated. Our Swoonie Readers Book Club announcement video went up today, so if you want to go check that out, like I said, I left it in the cards above, so feel free to go check that out. We are all very excited. All the announcement videos and Instagram posts turned out so stinking cute, so make sure to go support my besties. And if you're interested in participating in the live show, it starts, not in the live show, in the book club, it starts next month. So go check out those videos. It was a fun time. I do have some other videos that I want to get filmed this weekend if I have a little bit of time to do so. I also have a few things to get edited so I can be up to date for next week. For the most part, the videos I have going up next week are already ready to go, uploaded and edited. I just have a few that are stragglers here and there. So enough rambling. I'm gonna be productive around the house. We might go to the park a little bit later and spend some time with Orion, but as of right now, folding, drinking coffee, and trying to get through my morning. So.
I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. 2 a.m. in the car playing our favorite song. Turn it up, windows down, we sing along. The summer night has just begun. The moon is bright, let's have some fun. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Calling sick in the morning, baby, don't leave. They don't need to know we're out here wild and free. They say we're crazy, it's too much. And yeah, we're crazy, deep in love. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. Oh, this is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go. This is everything with you right next to me. So alive, and tonight I'm thinking that I don't wanna go.
swear this is the definition of mom life. Watching this, Rachel, with a cup of coffee, trying my hardest not to fall asleep. Hello friends, I just wanted to come on here and say my final thoughts on the books for this week and close out this vlog. So I was able to read quite a bit this week, not as much as I would have wanted to because I was finishing up Pucking Around, but I am happy to say I did finally finish it last night, so I can cross that big chunky book off of my TBR and focus on other things for the upcoming week. So let's talk about everything that I was able to read this week. So first and foremost, I finished The Ambrosia Throne by Tati B. Alvarez, and I gave this a 3-star. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. There was definitely some pacing issues and some plot issues with this book that I just didn't love. I don't know for sure if I'm going to continue on with the series at this point after thinking about it for a little while. I'm not sure if this is a series that really calls to me in a way that I want to pick up the next book and see how it ends. It didn't leave off on the biggest cliffhanger. It isn't the most intriguing story that I've read. And even though I really liked this take on Greek mythology, it just isn't something that I can maybe see myself picking up. But I'll make the decision if it does come down to me just making a decision at that point. But right now, I'm not going to continue. And then I, of course, spent the rest of the time reading Pucking Around by Emily Rath, and I really enjoyed this one. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Yes, is the book too long? Absolutely. I don't think it needed to be as long as it was, but I will say that by the end, I really cared for these characters, and for me, if the characters are top tier, it is something that I can get behind, and I'm glad that we got as much character development between all 4 of the characters, and in the ways that it was done was really refreshing and interesting to read. That being said, there were some scenes that I felt like were very repetitive, but the grand gesture scene at the end of this really just pulled at my heartstrings. I was sobbing while reading this, and it was just so well done. So really enjoyed it. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I will continue on with the series. The second book in the series follows the best friend from this book, and I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there. So these are the only 2 books that I was able to finish last week or this week. But I did continue on with 2 more. So we have The Rebel King by Kennedy Ryan. As of this morning, I read to page 192. I did have to put it down for a little bit because it absolutely devastated me and I just wasn't mentally prepared or emotionally prepared to read more, but I have picked it up this morning and continued and just sobbed while reading it. And then of course we also have Black Sunshine by Karina Halley. I am currently on page 186, so a good portion of the way through this one as well, and I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. I'm interested to see where this is going to go and if this is going to be a continual series with the same characters or if we're going to follow different characters, but I really am enjoying this so far and will continue to update you with my thoughts as I continue it throughout the week. My goal is to finish both this and this next week, so if you're interested in hearing the rest of my thoughts on how I end up liking these ones, make sure to stay tuned for next week's vlog. But that is everything for the week. Let me get a nice little stack going. This is everything for the week. Not too bad if I do say so myself. I am very proud of myself for finishing Pucking Around. It is probably my biggest accomplishment to date for this year, and I'm just so happy that it's done. So that is everything that I was able to read. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a lightning bolt emoji. Do we have those? It is the first thing that I see right here, lightning. So leave a lightning bolt emoji if you made it to the end and don't want to comment anything else. That is the end of this video though. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And of course, leave any comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Thanks, baby. Turn it down like it's sweet and ready. Boys, keep it nice and steady. Know that you